Alright, hi, I'm Jason. I'm going to take you around the truck here. It's getting ready to storm here, so I'm going to move along. Here's the wheels, locking hubs outside. Got the tires, about 40-50% left probably. The new Bilsteins. There's the stainless steel brake lines, the red there. Got, here's all the new tie rods and such under here. They don't look new, they're rusted, but they are new. Here's the bottom of the radiator, new hoses. I'm going to go through and just kind of show you blemishes and things like that. Here's the F350. It's got the towing mirror with the light there. Jeez, I don't see a ton of blemishes there. There's a little dent here. Not sure if you can see that. It's there's little scratches and that are surface rust like that. Top of this is a little chewed up, you know. Here's the rear. There's the Bilstein back there. The spare tire. It's got extra leaf spring in it there. Help out. Let's see. Some, scratches here on the bed. I don't know if I told you, the bed came off of an F250 fleet vehicle. You can see there the bed and the bumper and everything. I took the hitch off of that truck because the hitch on the flatbed was actually attached to the flatbed. It's got the four pin plug there. As you can see, the bed is probably the worst shape here. They had to cut the old bed off. That's what made these marks here. But it's all scratched up. There's no major rust. You can see some rust there and some rust there, but it's all pretty much surface rust. This is the worst part of the truck right here. It's this little plate. It's like an extra little plate that goes on the tailgate there is all beat up. But it's the nicest bed that I could find used in a hurry, There's scratches, a little more scratches on this side. Nothing major. I mean, you can see this stuff. There's a little white paint on the trim there for some reason. There is some overspray paint right here. Somebody had painted the flatbed at some point, and I guess they didn't mask everything behind it because it had the big piece right here going up behind the cab. The whites don't match exactly because of it coming off of a different truck, and this truck was painted. It was originally black. You can see some of the overspray right there. It was originally black. It was white when I got it, but originally this was a black truck. So here's the back seat. It's got the sliding window. Here's everything. I've got the WeatherTech mats in here. It's nice in case you have a spill or something. This seat, sorry the camera's so crazy. The seat folds down here. These are the rear brake lines. I just haven't had a chance to get those on there. I'll just leave them in there if you're taking it. Sorry, I'm trying to hurry because the storm is looming here. Here's the door panel. I'll have this cleaned up a bit before I send it away. The steering wheel, the leather and the stuff was coming off of there. Jeez. So I scraped all that off, cleaned it up, and just put this cover on there. And then, like you can see, I'm a Chevy guy. There's the odometer, 131, 105. I'll start it up here in a minute. Here's the seat. There's a little wheel thing missing here. That's the lumbar control. You can see it. You can still use it and spin it. It's just the little wheel's missing. Here's the four-wheel drive stuff. I'm gonna keep my brake controller unless you have heartburn about that. There's the stereo, air control. This thing here was completely broken when I bought the truck, and they gave me a new one. And I didn't hook it in right. It doesn't close all the way, but it works right there where it is. I'm sure if somebody took 10 minutes, they could, get the screws and stuff in there correctly. Here's the console. I've got new speakers in there for the back that I haven't put in. The fronts are in. The stereo sounds decent. It's the factory stereo, but newer speakers. What else? So that's the rest of the inside here. I'm gonna go ahead and start it up so when I get around to the hood, I'll open it up. You can see it running. But you just do the normal. Oh, before I do that, here's the play and the steering wheel. It's not a ton. It's actually a little less than that when you're driving. I guess when the power steering kicks in, it's a little less. But there is a little play in the steering wheel. I've done the steering box and all the tie rods. So there's that. I don't know how to show you that the air is working, but it works and it blows cold. I took all the lights out. I was having an electrical issue. See the lights in the door there? And the lights back there. I had them out at one point and I never replaced them. I replaced these here. Those work, but all the rest of the interior lights I took out because it's having a problem. They were draining the battery. That's before I figured out that the alternator and everything and the batteries were dead. So here's the motor. You can see this is all the stuff here is from when the old radiator blew up. I had already replaced this piece and the old radiator blew up and it put that stuff all over the place. So this is new. The radiator is actually newer. Both the batteries are, within a year and a half probably. The alternator's new. The AC compressor's new. The condenser, it's got a new evaporator in it. Trying to think of what else. I redid the intake here with Riprass diesel setup. I had to replace that pipe at one point because it had a hole in it. See the steering box down there, the red piece, that's the new steering box. I know it's probably noisy, but that's that. Changed all the fluids recently. Oh, there's one issue. One of the little things broke there, that light. I mean, it's not falling out by any means, but that light is loose. Here's the front of the truck. Little thing right there. Just some blemishes. That little puddle there is from the AC. So it's got the heater. You'll probably need that in Montana. I've only used it like one time here. Got down to like 4 degrees one night. There's the gearbox. I do get, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this off. I do get a clunk every once in a while. I get a clunk when if you hit a big bump really at a high speed, I'll get a bump in the left front. And I haven't researched it a whole lot. It doesn't happen very often. But from what I understand, it is the sway bar bushings. There must be play in there, and once you hit something really hard, it bumps like that. So that's about all I can think of to tell you. If you have any other questions, let me know. I'll try to answer them the best I can. I will clean this up. You can see it's just a little dirty. We had a muddy weekend at the racetrack last month. I just haven't cleaned it up. But I will clean up the truck. That's about it. Alright, so there it is. Oh, I just thought of something else was wrong when I bought it. I don't know, you notice it doesn't have the lights, you know, right up here that you see a lot of these trucks have, the little, you know, orange lights. There was a leak on this side in the dash, and it ruined some component that it was down in here in the dash. It ruined some component down in there that handles a lot of the electronics that I had to have replaced. It was a really expensive part, but I had somebody fix that leak, and shouldn't be anything else wrong with that. I guess that's about it. I hope you're happy with that. If you want anything else, if you need more pictures or anything like that, let me know.